Going on tonight, guys. So I am on to episode number 4 of the animated series. This episode is titled The Last Laugh. I'm assuming it's a Joker episode, given by the title's name. but I don't really know. I'm curious if this is gonna pick up where the last one left off, or if this is just gonna be a random episode. This is the first episode so far in my reviews of a repeating villain showing back up, so I'm curious if there's gonna be some sort of story or if it's just gonna be random episode after random episode. Either way, I don't care, but if there's some sort of continuity, then I'm gonna be pumped. But if it's just random, I'm still gonna be pumped because I love Kevin Conroy's Batman and I love Danny Elfman. So I'll jump into her and let you know what I think of her. So much better with the light out. Alrighty, guys, so I just finished episode number 4, The Last Laugh, and it's called The Last Laugh basically because Joker goes around Gotham releasing his Joker toxin on Gotham, making them all laugh and whatnot, laugh uncontrollably and kind of go a little crazy. It doesn't really ever show Bruce fixing everyone, but I'm sure he does because it's Bruce Wayne. But yeah, he gets them. Joker gets them all poisoned. They're all laughing, and he goes and robs a bunch of places. Even Alfred at one point starts going crazy with the Joker serum. But I noticed this viewing because I watched the last episode earlier today. It's so much better during the nighttime. I don't know, it just feels right watching it when it's right dark. I don't know, sets the mood perfect. And the soundtrack to this episode was by far my favorite thus far in the series. It kind of had this like this cool rock melody going and a lot of Danny Elfman stuff too, which is just the Batman soundtrack. But I love the soundtrack to this particular episode. Some of Joker's henchmen, they had masks on, like clown masks, and they reminded me exactly of the clown mask from The Dark Knight. I'm curious if maybe The Dark Knight borrowed from this, or maybe... I know it's a Joker thing, it's always been a Joker thing, but it just makes you wonder, right? And another thing about this episode, there's so many puns, like puns everywhere, it's crazy, but it always is with these old cartoons. Now, I'll kind of go through the story. I jotted down some stuff that I liked about it. So, the whole episode's based on April Fool's Day, too, right? So, there's a lot of stupid jokes being thrown around by Alfred and Joker and whatnot. So, basically, Joker goes around with this big garbage boat and it's just stinking up the place, and that's how everyone winds up breathing in the toxin. He just goes around Gotham poisoning the air, basically. Uh, at one point, Alfred's like, I drew you a bath to Bruce, and he goes to the bathroom, and the bathroom's just dripping. And he's like, and then Alfred picks up a piece of paper, and it's a picture of a bath drawn on it. He's like, April Fools. Oh, it was pretty funny. But, yeah, they wind up crashing like Joker and them crash or get the buddy with the Joker toxin, and he's driving one of the like a bank truck, and it goes up a bridge into the water, and they go down and take the money, and they go and rob a jewelry store at one point too. Alfred winds up getting the gas in him, and he starts breaking a bunch of stuff, and that's when Batman realizes like I gotta stop this now. But there's one part I actually laughed at, and I don't know if it was meant to be funny or like startling. But Joker's going around in that boat, and it's like a boat with a sub attached to it with one of those scopes that subs have. You can look around. Joker's looking through it at one point, and he's going around. And you just see city, water, bridge, and you go, and Batman's just there looking at you, and then he goes, and then he goes back, and it's funny. I couldn't help but laugh. But after the sub fight and whatnot, they capture Batman, put him in this like metal container, and he's like, Joker says something about giving him some air holes, so he starts like stabbing this container with a knife, and Batman's like dodging the knife inside it, and then they throw it in the water, so actually the air holes are now what's making the water go into the can, so it sinks to the bottom of the ocean. I won't say how Batman gets out of it, but Batman wouldn't be shit without his gadgets in this. In every episode I've watched so far, he's relied on his gadgets. Now, they wind up, the last fight winds up going down at Ace Chemicals, the plant where Joker actually became the Joker. But Batman loses his cape, and he's actually fighting the remainder, like probably the last 5-6 minutes of this without his cape on. And I love the look of Batman without his cape. It doesn't look right, but it looks cool and badass because you know he got it ripped off him. But yeah, him and Joker fight all over Ace Chemicals, and then Joker falls into the fire pit, but he's hanging by a rope. And then he's like, "You wouldn't let me burn, would you, Batman?" And Batman just like gets a smirk on his face and goes like this and ponders it for a second, and it's kind of funny. But yeah, I forgot to write it down, but I just jotted down Bruce makes like 3 or 4 jokes in this, and it's just weird hearing Bruce Wayne make jokes. But like Kevin Conroy, Bruce Wayne is okay to make jokes, but like I don't want to see Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne make jokes. It just wouldn't feel right. It didn't feel right in Justice League. But yeah, overall the runtime for this was 22 minutes 16 seconds. I love this episode. I don't know if it's my favorite story, but it's definitely my favorite soundtrack thus far. Uh, yeah, Mark Hamill's Joker's awesome. Kevin Conroy's Batman's awesome as usual, and Danny Elfman's music is awesome. Let me know what you guys thought of episode number 4, The Last Laugh, and what you think of Mark Hamill's Joker. He's my favorite Joker, and I love Heath Ledger, but Mark Hamill's my boy. Even Kevin Conroy, it's like you're my Batman. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of her and what you think of the animated series. And have a good night, guys.